Hi everyone, my name is Nidhi Sharan Das. With over a year's experience in interning, I'm here to talk about all things internship. If you'd like to know more, please subscribe to Digizine Premium. I'm currently pursuing my master's in biotechnology, and before this, I did my undergrad, which was BTech in biotechnology. So during the last semester of my biotech is when I started my internship, and my internship lasted for about almost 15 months. That is, after my graduation and completion of my 8th semester, my final semester, I still continued with my internship. I did my internship at National University of Singapore, specifically at the Yong Loo Lin School of Medicine. Talking about the basics of internship, it is a period of time usually that lasts between months to a year or more, during which you get to experience the real world application of all the knowledge that you have accumulated through your education. So you really get to see how your knowledge and your concepts merge together and how they translate into addressing the needs of the world. That is how internships really help you understand, and it helps you really gain a perspective on how your work is going to impact the world. In my opinion, the benefits of an internship are basically twofold. Firstly, it adds a lot of weightage and value to your profile. So if there's an employer or an interviewer who is going through your profile and they see that there is an internship experience that you have, what it basically tells them is that you have an experience of working in a professional setup and that you know how things function in a company, especially with respect to what you have studied and how you use that knowledge to address the needs, how you work on projects using the different concepts and different subjects that you have studied. So that is one of the main benefits. The other main benefit again is to gain clarity. So when you're studying a lot of things during your education, you learn concepts that range from a different that range widely even within your industry. Whatever is your specific industry, it still has a wide range of subjects, and having an internship really helps you understand how everything works hand in hand and how your impact is going to be made. So with these two in hand, I think the benefits of an internship are really valuable, and that an internship experience is something that will really help you open up as a candidate and as a professional. Approaching an internship, starting from yourself, I would say that understanding where you want to do an internship in, I will really help you start off with finding out places. And by where, I don't just mean the place or the company or institution. I'm talking about which specific area. So I'm a biotechnology major, so I would say my interest was in tissue engineering when I started out in my undergrad. So having a few subjects like tissue engineering that I had narrowed down, where I performed well, where it came naturally to me, where the skill set that was necessary was something I had through projects and other things during my undergrad itself, it helped me know that tissue engineering was a place that I wanted to do an internship in. So then it was easier to understand where I really wanted to do my internship. I would also suggest that you go through your subject lists and find out which subject really speaks to you and resonates with what you want to pursue. So then that will be a starting point to approaching an internship. Secondly, talking about approaching people who will be able to give you an internship, opportunities can come through different ways. So it can either be by meeting a professor somewhere. For me, it happened at a symposium that happened in my undergrad. So I met a professor who gave a talk on tissue engineering, and I was really interested. So I I went ahead and spoke with him after my after the talk, and I was able to get his contact, and then I was able to email him, and then further build my opportunity from there. It doesn't necessarily have to come through a conference or a symposium for you, and it can be an opportunity that you create with LinkedIn and so many websites of different organizations, and even specific research labs. I think the possibilities are endless. You can email a professor, you can contact a employer, and basically start from there on approaching internships. One of the main things that I will keep stressing on when talking about applying for an internship is to start early. It is imperative that you start early, because a lot of internship opportunities come through different programs that the institution or in the company has. So that would definitely have a deadline, and so you need to be able to give yourself time to hunt down such programs based on your interest, and then collect the documents that are necessary. They might require you to write an essay or talk about yourself through a summary, so you need to be able to prepare that, and also send in these documents before the deadline. So give yourself time. If you're planning to do an internship during the 8th or the final semester, try to start at least one semester before. Like at the end of the 6th semester, you should be able to hunt down based on your needs, based on your interests and subjects of interest. And by the 7th semester, you should have your documents ready, your deadlines ready, and start shooting out your applications. You also need to give a buffer time if you are applying or emailing to professors directly. By the time they get your email and you get a response, it might be more than just 2 weeks. You can always send them a gentle, polite reminder email after 2 weeks asking for a response, but at the same time, nothing is guaranteed. So you need to actually give yourself, no time is guaranteed, so no timeline is guaranteed basically, so you need to give yourself that buffer time. So please start early. Most internships don't require exams or qualifying things, but again, you will need to check through the requirements of the specific programs that you're applying to. Another thing that I would like to talk about at this place is about different places that you're applying, especially if it's not your home country and you're trying to apply abroad. You might need to go through visa, immigration, documentation and all that. So you need to also set up enough time for that, and start as early as possible. Talking about emailing professors, cover letter is a very important part of it. When you email, it really isn't that appealing when a professor sees an email from you and it says, "Dear Professor so and so, I would like to do an internship, and I've attached my CV or resume at the end of this email. Please let me know if you have a vacancy." I mean, it is the most basic thing to do. So to stand out from other applications, I would like to share something that my professor taught me during my undergrad. He was talking about crafting a 3-paragraph cover letter. So in the first paragraph, keep it minimal and short, possibly to a maximum of 2 to 3 lines, just briefly introducing yourself, talking about who you are, what you're currently doing, and what you're looking for, which is basically an internship in preferably the specific field that you're talking about. In the second paragraph, you can talk about a bit between 5 to 7 lines about how you came across this or why this topic really interests you. I would say that the topic came to me through a subject in elective, so this elective really was interesting to me. I worked on a few projects or something like that. You can elaborate on that. And also, having gone through or done your work on researching about the professor or the institution will help a lot of times. So you can maybe add in a few sentences about articles that you found interesting that your professor had written, what really impacted you through those articles. You can mention the article and maybe what impacted you through that in the second paragraph. In the third one, you can mention about the timeline as to when you would have to start, till when this internship is necessary, and other different needs and requirements, and how this is enabled through your institution, or how it should work. That is something you can work into. Try to keep everything concise, clear, and put in as much effort as you can to draft this letter. Go through multiple runs so that you will be able to improvise on it well before sending. Also have a CV at hand. Don't forget to include your contact, which is your your email ID, your other email IDs, and preferably Skype ID or your phone number if you prefer that. So this might be the first time you're stepping out of an educational institution as a student and into another institution or a company to be in a professional setup. You need to understand that there are few rules that go along with this. So it's good to be prepared for all of that. You might need to your dress, everything from dress code might change, and so you need to be aware of that. And another thing that I would like to talk about is to really explore during this part of your internship, because having an internship at a specific company in a specific department usually doesn't translate to your work only in that department. Outside of your work, if your team head or your supervisor is okay with it, you can also go on to explore different departments, in the sense that you can go and have a chat with them and really ask about their roles and functions and responsibilities, how they add or how they merge into the chain of the whole company's mission and vision and production. So there's a lot of different teams that play very specific defined roles, and you can look into those different teams, and who knows, maybe another team is something that is interesting to you, and in your future education you can pursue something that will help you get to that team. So yeah, keep an open mind. Also be ready to have a conversation with all your lab members or team members, and anywhere from sport to books to sports to books to your topic of purpose, which is your internship topic. Be ready to have a conversation, be yourself, and be candid in the most possible, in the most genuine form. Be candid and be yourself. Other important tips would be to stick to safety and rules and regulations at the institution. Be well aware of that. Take time at the beginning itself to understand and read through the handbook if they offer, or your orientation of the whole place. Make sure you know whom to contact when you get there, regarding what, if it is a problem or if it is a situation you have with regards to a project, if it's something regarding to your health, if you need a day off or something like that. You should know your point of contact for every reason. So make sure you know all that, and also stick to safety rules. Safety rules are very important wherever you go. So if it is for example a biotech place that you're going to go and intern at, and you need to have your lab coat on, do that. Don't ever deviate from safety rules. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is deadlines. I'm sure you're used to keeping up with deadlines through your semester and other educational opportunities like assignments and exams and quizzes, but keep up that deadline mentality. Make sure to have your work well and ready before your deadline, so you can always give it in. And that would be a few other tips. Next, something that I'd like to talk about is having an all-rounded experience, which is, yes, you are probably in a different place and you're learning a lot about your internship, but you also should take time, if time permits, to go ahead and have a nice place at a nice time at the place. Go look at maybe different historical or places worth visiting, and maybe try the local cuisine, and just have a good time with people around, learn about the culture, and have an all-rounded experience. I think it's a beautiful thing that you're going to a different place altogether for a short period of time. So it's a really nice thing to go and explore the city or the place in itself. So make sure you do that as well. On landing an internship, the other things that go along with it is to arrange for your travel, your accommodation, and your other food needs or other things that you'll have to take care during the time of your stay. Whether it be months or up to however long that it is, I would strongly suggest that you start looking for accommodation as soon as you decide in your mind and know that you are going to be pursuing an internship at that particular location. You can get to know a lot about the accommodation in that place through Airbnb or something like that if you are looking at a very short period of time. If not, you can also talk about you can also talk to different people, seniors, or people who have already been to that location. Try to get in touch with them and see. Otherwise, also Facebook has a few groups when it comes to like people residing within that particular area, so a student community of sorts. So you can try applying there as well, and just putting out ads and things like that will help you find a place. So that is really important. Again, you have to see if an in-house campus, in-campus housing is available, or if your institution has sort of like arrangement. If they're able to make, then that's also a good idea. If you're staying outside, also make sure you know the route from the place to your workplace. Make sure it is accessible and all that. Another thing is to take care about is food. How you'll be able to manage your food is something quite important. So probably the cafeteria at workplace is enough, or you might have to start cooking or taking care of your own food if grocery stores are available around and all that. That is also something you can look into. Post internship, during your internship and after your internship. During your internship, you will learn a vast number of lessons, very valuable lessons. What I would encourage is to maintain a journal, especially if you have to submit a report or a thesis. It would go a long way if you keep journaling what you learn every day, and also to work on whatever you have to submit during the internship. So if you have a thesis that is due at the end of this internship, start working from day one so that you will have enough amount of time to accumulate information that is necessary for the thesis. And again, filing for reports and even other lessons that you might not necessarily go on the thesis can be journaled in, so that you can always flip through the pages and understand and remind yourself of the really nice lessons that you learned during that time. Also, something that is very important is during your exit from the internship, make sure to express your gratitude to all the people who have helped you through the process, and also to maintain those connections, be it being connected through social media or being in touch through emails or however it is. Maintain your stay in touch with your internship friends or authorities or whoever you would call them. They will definitely be able to help you a long way in on different career options or and other things. Their opinions will be very valuable to you at every stage in life, so please stay in touch and maintain a great relationship with them. Lastly, I would like to share one concept that my friend shared to me called Ikigai. It is a Japanese concept for the way of life. It is spelled Ikigai. I would really like you to look up into the image. for Ikigai, it is a map, and it really helps you understand before your internship, during your internship, after your internship, at any point in life. It really helps bring purpose and meaning to what you do. So having gone through this internship, having understood how the company works and knowing where you want to head, make sure that it's something that really fulfills and brings a wholesome experience to your life. And you need to be inspired to inspire people in the world. So take inspiration, take time to get inspiration, be motivated, and stay energetic, and look out for all the different opportunities. I hope that this video was helpful, and thank you for watching.